everyone, welcome to BumbleBeeCrafts. Thanks for tuning in to another video from me. Welcome to my new subscribers. I've had quite a few new subscribers recently due to the collaboration #HeartyCreations2024. So thank you all so much for joining me here on my crafty channel. Welcome. And today's video, it's a Messy Monday video, but I'd like to create and show you how I make my lovely little decoupage buttons. They're just card buttons, but they've been decoupaged over, and I use these because they're a lot thinner. They decorate up really nicely on top of tags and journaling cards. I've often put them on pages of a journal because they're nice and light and aren't as thick as some of the bigger normal buttons. Like these are obviously quite bulky for when you're writing in your journal, so I like to have a stash of card buttons, and I love decoupaging over the top of them with some of the napkins, so that's what I'm going to show you how to do today. So let me just grab a few of these and show you. I've done a couple with two different colours. Let's hold these up to the camera. Is it going to focus? Come on. I don't think it's going to focus, but you get the idea that that's what they look like. So I've let's pop these back in my little jar here. I've pulled out some napkins. Now this one I was gifted, and I just thought that's going to be absolutely perfect for some little circle buttons, faux buttons. This one, I thought this would be quite nice as well because of the print on it. This one as well, that's nice. This one has got a background to it, but I just thought the colour was nice more than anything. Some leaf ones, and then we've got another flower one here. So I've chosen ones that don't have too big an image on here, not like a bird or something like that, but ones that would be quite nice when you're cutting them quite small. So if you want to join me and follow along, I'm using some thick card. This is 300 GSM thick card. It's suitable, it will take watercolour as well as inks, and I often use this when I'm playing with my inks and Messy Mondays, doing my smooshing techniques, because this will take being wet several times and not crinkle. It's really quite a nice card. So you need some of that, obviously some of your napkins. Decoupage glue, I make up my own from PVA, and I use a 3:1 ratio of glue to water with the PVA. Now I like to cover my desk with old cereal liners, and just I would decoupage on that sheet and then put that whole sheet to one side. So I've got that, I've got a brush, and then later on in the video, once we've done the decoupaging and it's all dried, you will need some punches and your bookbinding awl. So I tend to use this punch, a really small one, but I thought we'd do some bigger ones this time round, and I'm going to use a couple of the dies from here as well. They often give a nice little stitched effect, so I thought that might be something different for them. So that's my equipment that I'm going to need. We'll put the punches to one side because we don't need them straight away. I've got my sellotape so that I can take the backing off nice and easy. So let's grab out one of my cereal liners. They are great for being repurposed like this because it just peels off afterwards. So I've got my sheet there. This one hasn't got a backing on it anyway, so let's grab this one. I think this is going to be really nice buttons, and I will take the backing off. I'm not sure if these are 2-ply or 3-ply. Come on. But all I do is just lift like so, keep that sellotape for another go. Yeah, it looks like it's 3-ply. Now I keep these because they are good for covering and making your own background that we can then stamp on and things like that. Now, this had a little tear in it, so I should be able to take that other layer off without needing the things. And also with this second layer you often get a print on it anyway, and I do like to use those as well. Okay, so that's that one ready. Let's just fold it back up. We've got our two there ready. Let's do a nice green one. So I'll need my tape again. So how's everybody doing? I hope you're all doing well. Let's fold that one up. There we go. And I want my tape again. There we go. So I think we'll stick with these for now. Leave them all to the side. Okay, so what one are we going to start with? Let's start with this one. Don't need all of this, so what I'm just going to do is, where's my little water pen? Has it got some in it? It has. I am just going to do that. Not too fussed about that edge there, but this will then just give me that, leave that there to dry. Spare so I don't waste too much. Okay, so we need to go in with our glue now. As I said, I use a 3:1 ratio. Excuse me. Oh, that's it, trying to get the lid off. I haven't used it for a while. I haven't done decoupaging for quite some time, and I do enjoy decoupaging. Oops, I'm slopping everywhere. So I'm just going to put a really thin layer all over. Like so. Okay, center that back again, and then I'm just going to see if I can get this straight. Not iron that out. There we go. Doesn't matter if we get a few creases in it. Now, just going to do some decoupaging on the top, and I will go much slower on the top. I do find this very relaxing to do. But yeah, I've done this before with the buttons, but that's the only one that I've got left, is that particular pattern. And they are, as I'm doing a lot more sewing in my journals, and incorporating a lot more fabric and little bits like that. I thought this would just be perfect to do, and I thought I'd bring you along and show you how I do them. There. So I just leave that to completely dry on here. When it's dry, it peels off really, really easily. So that's number one. So I'll just pop that to the side to dry. How are we doing? 10 minutes. Let's bring our second one in. Now, I want to do this one, and I've only got half a one because this was gifted to me in something. So if I just do there, that's as far down as I need to come. So let's just put some quick layer all along here. There we go. Okay. I'm just thinking that that feels pretty thick. There is 2 layers there. Oh, I don't know if I can get that up now. Okay. I'm just going to smush that down and leave that. I did not realise there was 2 layers with how it had torn. Oh well, never mind. That will make the start of a really nice background. Yeah, I'm just going to take this off and leave that. Oh, leave that to dry. Okay, let's get another bit of card. I did grab a few. Let's try that again, shall we? And this time, make sure we've only got the 1 layer. Yes, that definitely feels like it is just 1 layer now. There. Right, that's all smushed down, so let's coat it in some glue. And then that's another one done. So they don't take long to do. It's the waiting for them to dry, because I leave them to dry naturally, that's going to take a while. So we'll do this one, and then we'll do one more. So move this to the side. That's a good place. So let's do one more on camera, and then I'll finish the rest off. And yes, this is definitely one. Okay, so let's grab another this card. And we don't want all of this again, do we? So let's take that off there. Leave that over there to dry. And repeat the process again. Nice thin layer. Okay, so let's lay this on here now. I can do a better job of smooshing out the napkin. That's a bit better. Let me just grab a tissue, put some glue to the side of my desk. Okay, so now I'm just going to almost dry brush it because there's not much glue left on here. Smoosh it down. I think these ones are going to be really nice buttons. Lovely bright green bits to them. There, that's kind of smooshed down. So now we go again with the nice layer of glue. And then I will do the others off camera and let them dry, and then I will be back. So I just had a thought. I wonder what one would look like with Mod Podge glitter over the top. Ooh. Now that's an idea. I might have a practice and see what that looks like, and when I come back, as I said, I'm going to finish the rest of these off camera, so I might do one with some glitter to see what that looks like and show you. So yeah, let's let these dry and I will be back. Hello everyone, I'm back. So it is the following day. These have all dried nicely and I've finished the edges off ready for us to use. And I haven't done this one. I just thought I would quickly show you what I do to tidy them up. And you need a nail file for this, although you could just cut them off. I cut it and then I just will trim it down and file it down. I've done this way before. I use it if I've done this method with the glue, then the napkin, then the glue onto tags before, but I just thought I'd show you again. So that's all of that taken off, and all I do is just, as I said, use an old nail file, and I just use it to smooth out those edges, and I just go all the way around, taking any of the excess napkin and glue bits off here. I've got some on this side, bits of glue where it's stuck. Just going around, taking anything that might be sticking out. So I apologise, this can be quite noisy, but I just wanted to show you that's what I do to get a lovely smooth edge on here. So it's all nice and smooth. Yeah, lovely. So there we go, that's the way I smoothed them all down. So this is them all nice and dry now, ready for us to make our buttons. So there, as I said, I went ahead and did them all, the rest of them, even our little half page. And this one with the glitter, look at this. Can you see that? That's going to make some fantastic little buttons with that one. What I did was, you see my method of putting glue down, a thin layer of glue onto the card, the napkin on the top, smoothing it all out flat, and then putting glue over the top. Before I put the glue over the top, because the Mod Podge is thicker, the glitter one, I let it dry quite a bit before I then went over the top with the Mod Podge, because it's a thicker layer and I didn't want to pull the napkin, because I think there was one or two where I've kind of pulled the napkin because it gets quite delicate and fragile. So I let the kind of layer almost dry before the Mod Podge went on the top, and it went on absolutely fine, and I really love that. So if you remember at the beginning of the video, I said you need some kind of punches and circle, some way to cut circles out. I mean, you could draw around these and cut them by hand if you were confident with scissors and cutting circles, but I do like to use my punches. In these ones that I've made, they were small, very small ones that I've made, which are, excuse me, at that size. Let's just have a little measure. Oh, what are they? 1.5, just over 1.5 centimeters they are, whereas this one I know is a 1 inch. Is it a 1 inch punch? I think it's a 1 inch punch. Yeah, it's a 1 inch punch, and this one is only 1/2 inch. So they're quite small, but I do want to have a go at using my some of the little smaller circles in this one. So let's start punching some circles. Which one should we do first? Let's just go with this one. Actually, no, I think I'm going to do the green one with some leaves. And I just go along here and start punching out my circles. Let's do a whole row of these, and then I will show you what I do next. Now, because we use the 300 GSM, they are quite strong card, but if you weren't confident that the card was thick enough for the buttons, and to be honest, I do like the buttons quite thin, because I can add them to journal pages and they don't add much bulk to them, so I keep mine this thin. I then put mine kind of like in the center there, and then I just use my awl to push down a couple of little holes like so, and then I just push this through. Very simple. have a little button that we can then sew on something. How lovely is that? I just push it down and that flattens out those bits at the back. So yeah, so that, let's do another one. I line it up in my square so that I kind of get the holes centre. Push it through. Very simple. I don't go through too far. And that is a couple of little buttons ready to do. So you've got that size. Let's have a go at doing the bigger size. Let me just grab my trimmer and cut that off. I'm just wondering actually if I could keep that and reuse this in something, in a real nice chunky style journal. Let's have a look and see if this will cut off. Yeah, I wonder if we could use that for something. Definitely don't want to waste it. Okay, let's try the bigger punch this time and see how that one works. See what that size is like. Oh, it's tough to go through all the layers. There we go. Oh, there we go. We're there. Oh, that's making my fingers tingle. I don't think I will be doing too many that size. So let's have a look at this. Again, let's just pop it into some squares to kind of line it up. And I'm thinking we will go there, come across and go there. That's about centre. And that is a nice big button, because I mean you do get big buttons. I mean when I look at buttons in here, you've got all sorts of sizes in here. I've got some little ones, so they're not too bad. But you see what I mean about the bulk, whereas these are so thin you could just sew them on anything. So that's that size. Let's do another one, shall we? Let's do another one here. Where are we? Okay, so I'm going to go about there and about there. That's another couple. There you got the different sizes there. So I think what I'm going to do, so you don't have to listen to me struggling with the punch, is I'm going to do a load more, punch them out. I'm also going to punch a load more circles out of using the small dies in here. And then I will be back and I will show you all what they look like afterwards, and show you how I use them in some journals. So I'll be back. Hello again, I'm back. So I haven't quite got all my buttons done and cut out because unfortunately I have been clumsy and, well, had a little accident on my finger. I've sliced into it, unfortunately, quite deep when I was trying to do some cooking and get some bits prepped ahead. So yeah, not very good, and unfortunately it's hindered how much I've been able to get done. But I have done some of my buttons before this actually happened, because it's taken quite a while to cut them all out and everything. So I don't know how much I'm going to get done in the rest of this video, because this particular video has been filmed over several days, because obviously to start with, when we were putting the decoupage down onto the paper, we had to wait for it to dry for a day. Then I was coming and showing you that I was cutting them out and putting the holes in them, and then I was went off to finish them off, and in between that this happened. Anyway, do you like the fact I've run out of that micropause tape, so I've used some washi. It makes it look pretty, at least, I think. Anyway, the buttons that I have done, I just wanted to come on and show you. I've got 3 left here that still need to be cut. I showed you that all I was doing was using my bookbinding awl just to poke through the little holes in them. And they work great if you're doing really, really tiny buttons like these ones are. That's perfect for them. And I did start to do them on the bigger buttons I was showing you, but I tried my crocodile on its smallest little hole just to see what they look like. If I show you that hand without the bandage, and they are much better with that holes. I think they look much nicer. I mean, those with the little stitching around that's cut out on my, I'm using my die cut, look so much like buttons. They look lovely. So I've gone and redone them all. I've even done some that have got 4 holes in them. So what I wanted to do was just show you what I've done. Now on here you have this little slidey thing that I don't very often use, but on this occasion I have, because it just helps with the positioning of the hole. So let's see if this is going to be in. Yeah, if you can see, I've pushed it to the bottom, and then I've just come up, where are we, 1 2 3 4 5 clicks up, and that, if I show you, so where do we want, let's do this one, because I know I want the flower at the bottom on here. Push that in, and that is going to punch a hole just there. Get rid of my little bit, and then what I do is make sure that hole is at the bottom as it goes in, and you can do the same again, and that gives you the little button. So it's much easier, I find, and I think these look nicer on the bigger buttons rather than the hole poked in them. But on the little buttons, definitely the hole. I haven't got anything that does a smaller hole than that. So yeah, that's what I just wanted to show you, that you can use them, and that was the setting that I done them. So let me just go ahead and finish these. These are so gorgeous, these ones that have the glitter on. Absolutely love them. Okay, so I want to come the buttons to the side. So I'm just lining it up, doing a hole, turning that hole down, putting it to the bottom, and doing another hole. That's still in there, and that's that button done. Oh, they're just gorgeous, these ones. Mind you, I do like all of them that I've done. Now, where are we going to have you? I think you're going to be to the side, so I'm going to go a hole there, and a hole there, and then that's that one. So I haven't unfortunately got very many of them done. I've only got these few done into buttons, but what I thought I would do is I want to make some actual button cards for them, so we'll see how well I can do that today with how my finger is. So I have got a digital print here of some button cards, and these are from Shabby Dabby Doodah. She's got a YouTube channel and an Etsy shop doing some digitals, and these are some lovely buttonhole ones, and I just thought button cards, should I say, and I just thought you could put some of these on here. And they would look really, really nice. But I wanted to make my own because the style doesn't fit all of them. It's like these. I don't think these would quite go on there. So I've got some, let's move this out of the way. I've got some scrapbooking card, and I thought we'd have a go with some stamps here just to see if we could decorate them up and make some little cards. I thought these strips might work first before we cut into that, especially for the little ones. So let me see, I've got this corner edge stamps, and I just thought they might be quite nice around the edge of the little button card. And then this is a complete edge. It's supposed to be, obviously, as it shows there, for a postcard, but I thought that would be nice to border maybe one of the bigger ones. So let's have a look at this and just see. Yeah, it comes off like that, which is good. I've got my block. Does it fit on this block, or do I need my big? I'm going to need my bigger one because it only just fits on there. Okay. Actually, I think what I might do, so that I'm trying to be a bit neater and not so clumsy, because I don't really want to get ink and everything over here, is I'm going to put this in here and just line this up. Oh, it's only just going to fit on here. Let's get it lined up. We can get it straight. Okay, there we go. Now, this card is slightly shiny, so I'm going to use my stays on, so that, because this dries quite quickly today. Use this one in a while. Okay, I love the smell of it. It smells like marzipan. Where's my stamping block? Just press that down. I just want to grab a wipe while I'm here. So I'm not organised today. I've been waiting and waiting days to try and get this video finished and compiled all together, but because of my finger, I thought today feels like it's possibly the first day that I might be able to do something. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? That is lovely. Okay, so I'm going to turn it round. And we're going to do one this side, but I want to stamp that off first. I've got the sheet I can just stamp off on to then I can reposition it without getting too much ink on there. Okay, let's come ever so slightly. I'm going to get it. Yes, that's going to get it. So that's there. So these stamp sets I got from Amazon. A bit of ink on one thingy. Well, it stays on, does stay on. Where's that? Oh, okay. Just going to put the lid back on, just that bit at least. Yeah. I need to press down in this corner a little bit more. There we go. Doesn't that look lovely? Okay, let's, I'm only going to do a couple. As I said, it's my finger is throbbing. Okay, so I'll leave that there. So that's those two. I just give those. Are they going to be dry? Yeah, they dry quite quickly actually. Yep, that's dry. Okay, move my wipe to the side. Let's just play with these for now. Let's see what we can get done. So filing all these back on here. move them up there. Let's bring in my trimmer and let's just cut these off, leaving about the same as what we've got at the bottom. Yeah, that's a nice little button card. Same with that one. And we have a nice scrap to play with. Okay, so what I thought was maybe some of these ones maybe go on here. Are these a bit too big? No, they look nice, don't they? They fit on there. Will we get 6, or is it 6 too much on there? No, I think because it's got no other writing, I think 6 would go on there. I'm going to put you, actually I'm going to swap like that. And what have we got? Oh, I like that one. That one's a nice one. And then shall we have that one, a nice leafy green one? Yeah, there we go. That's a nice little selection. So what I want to do is just grab my embroidery thread from behind, and I'm just going to sew these on. Now I do use these in journaling. I might use them for clusters, that's like that kind of thing. That looks like that's a longer thread, isn't it? Yeah, that pink's longer. Where's my needle? Needle, needle, needle. Where's my needle? Oh, it's still over behind me on the tray because I had it downstairs. Sorry. Not organised. Not organised. I just wanted to come on and finish this video for you guys so that I could get it up for Monday, because it's if I don't film ahead, I do get a little bit panicked of that my video's not there and scheduled ready to go. So okay, what I'm actually going to do is I've got them in position quite nicely. So I'm going to use my little, oh, this finger is annoying me, my awl, and I'm just going to mark where to come in and sew these on. I just think it's going to be easier that way. And I can move the buttons to the side, and we'll start with this one. I'm going to come up, and my string is just going to be taped off like I've done in the last few videos actually, where I've done some embroidery on card. But this is just stitching my buttons down. So we have this one on here, and that's going to go down there. Oh, I haven't done that right, have I? See, I'm not, totally not with it today. Oh dear. There we go. Let's do that. Yeah, it's completely thrown me not being able to do any crafting and wanting to just get on and do stuff and not be able to. It's frustrating. Okay, so that's on there nicely, and then I'm going to come up this other hole. I'm sorry, I'm off camera there, aren't I? Okay, I'm going to come up this one that we've done and literally just sewing the buttons on our little card. That's 2. Oh, doesn't that look lovely? So I'm going to come up this hole, doing one continuous piece of thread. There, up. Oh, I can't find the hole. Up this one, and it's this one we want. That's another button on. Oh, I'm going to lose my thread off of here. I feel even more awkward and clumsy than I normally am with this finger. So silly. I'd done a fair bit of cutting up of vegetables and stuff. I was making a vegan curry. It was a tofu, broccoli and spring green curry, like a korma style curry. And I'd chopped the tofu, I'd chopped the main florets of broccoli, and I'd shredded up the cabbage. And then I thought, well, there's some stems of the broccoli, because I'd cut them short, the stems, because I only wanted the real little top head bits of them. And I decided to chop them up like you do like celery or onions, quite small, just to fry up in the dish. And sliced into my finger. So yeah, I should have waited for hubby really, but I just wanted to try and ease the pressure on him to do a meal when he gets home, because he's not that good at the vegan meals, bless him, because he's not vegan like me. There we go. Oh, I love it, absolutely love it. Look how that has turned out. See, for me now, what I would do is actually back that with some coffee dye paper, and that could actually just be a journaling card. And then if you wanted to take the buttons off, obviously you could just snip through these little threads and you could take them off and use them. But that would actually make a lovely little piece of ephemera in a journal if you didn't want to use the buttons. But oh, that's just gorgeous. Should we do another one? How long did that take? It took me 18 minutes just to get to that far. Let's do, have I got enough? I haven't got enough string there. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back at some point, either where are we? This is airing on Monday, so it's probably going to be the following week. I'll perhaps do a Let's Craft, or maybe in a few weeks time you will see me using some of these buttons. We'll do a Let's Craft, we'll get some fabric out and we'll make some clusters with them. We can add them to some journal cards and tags, but I think for now the button cards was the one idea I wanted to show you. I think I'm going to leave it there. My finger is throbbing and I'm still a little bit clumsy doing things, and I've got to now think of Wednesday's video as well. So I'll leave it here for now. Thank you very, very much for your patience with this, and I will be back very soon with some more crafting adventures. Take care everyone. Happy crafting. Bye.